Finally, it's time for a video on my #1 favorite exercise, pull-ups. In my opinion, this is one of the most essential, basic, and fundamental strength exercises, followed closely by its inverse partner, push-ups. I even consider this one movement of equal importance to leg training, core training, or cardio. I only do pull-ups twice a week, but I do them hard with 6 to 8 sets of about 8 reps. I've never tested to see just how many I could possibly do in one first set. I'm guessing 12 to 14. But the first set or two, I do 10 to 11 reps, then 8, 8, 8, and by the last few sets, I'm usually doing 6 or 7, resting for 10 to 20 seconds, then finishing with a few extra. In fact, on that note, recently I've been doing a drop set after several of my sets, i.e. doing 6 to 8 reps, resting 10 to 20 seconds, then doing 3 or 4 more. Before or after this, I also do a total of about 8 sets of other mostly pull type exercises, meaning curls, rows, and shrugs, which I'll talk about in another video. I usually do push day on Mondays and Wednesdays and pull day on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Sometimes I rest on Wednesday and do push, pull on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Like I said in other videos, I also do a smaller but moderate amount of leg, core, and cardio on each of these days. I've always associated muscularity with large biceps for some reason, or at least on par with pecs and abs. Later in my teenage years, I also became fascinated with large lats. Pull-ups, of course, target the biceps as well as the latimus dorsi. Kipping or curling your legs and stomach up is considered bad form or a form of cheating. I do it to some degree. It takes away from the impact on your lats, but it helps you get an extra rep or two in and brings your abs and hip flexors into the equation. So I say a little kipping is okay. I guess you could say that pull-ups are both an arm exercise as well as a core exercise. To take it a step further, they simultaneously develop your core while benefiting from your other core training. I've been doing pull-ups and variations like chin-ups regularly and in greater numbers for about 6 or 7 years. For the first 2 or 3 years, I would do only 3 to 4 sets of 4 to 6 pull-ups using a sycamore tree branch after a 15-minute jog/hike 4 to 5 days a week. That comprised my entire fitness regimen, but believe it or not, this did have an impact. If not visibly, certainly on the inside, I felt stronger and had more energy within weeks of beginning training. There's a name for this: newbie gains. Later, I bolted a 2x4 under the inside of my garage and rounded it off with a sander. I did that for about 2 to 3 years, increasing to about 4 to 6 sets of 6 to 8 reps twice a week. I also added more consistent jogging, biking, push-ups, and sit-ups around that time. And I started doing some of my sets at work with a door jam pull-up bar. In the last year or two, I've been enjoying some foam-padded strap handles slung over tree branches with a section of quality rope. 6. Some people might say 7 years is a long time to achieve my fitness transformation, and they're probably right. It was a slow process for me to start doing enough reps, sets, and types of exercises consistently and control my eating and drinking. I still battle with the eating part. If I had more willpower, I could probably be more shredded, but I'm actually pretty happy with where I am. Also, in the last year, I do about half my sets of pull-ups with a 20-pound weight vest. This brings my rep count down to about 8 on the first set and 3 to 4 on the last set. Yes, I may be biased because I'm really quite a novice and I've never spent much time in a gym with a bench press or machines. Also, I started doing pull-ups, push-ups, and sit-ups at a young age, albeit with poor form and low numbers. But I have and always will consider pull-ups the keystone of pull movements in the family of physical fitness training: push, pull, leg, core, and cardio. I even said earlier that pull-ups are of equal importance to other categories of exercise. I know this isn't true for everyone, but I say it because one of my goals is to have the aesthetics of a larger upper body. I've always been a scrawny boy, so I have to emphasize more upper body training in my routines. In summary, 8 sets of 8 pull-ups twice a week and you will not regret it. Set number 4, probably no more weight vest. Pull-ups along with curls and rows are just fun and they feel great. They directly relate to the natural movement used for tree climbing or pulling things up from or along the ground. Pretty important stuff in our evolution and survival.